Good evening, bonsoir, bienvenue à la réunion plénière du 11 décembre. Welcome to the Committee of the Whole on December 11th. Ms. Parker, do we have any declaration of conflict of interest?
There were no conflicts of interest declared.
Perfect. On a quelques présentations. We have a couple of presentations, and it's so nice to see the room. It's full of people. La salle est remplie. C'est intéressant. We don't get that very often, so we kind of get excited when we have a bunch of people in with us. Juste un petit rappel, les présentations, essayez de rester en dedans de 10 minutes si possible parce qu'on en a plusieurs. So for presentation this evening, try to stay within the 10-minute time frame if you can, and we'll kind of give you a little reminder because we have other presentations. On va débuter avec 2024 championnat provincial Huplasso du club de curling par Marc Guindon et Phil Léger. All right, so you're first.
We're okay to stand, both of us?
Yes, you are. Do you have a presentation or you just have your papers? Okay, that's good.
We're winging it.
You're winging it. That's the best way to
We're a
go.
tag team match, too. So.
Okay, that's good.
So my name is Mark Gano and Phil Legier here. We're co-chairs of this committee. There's 10 more people with us. And basically, Bathurst and Beersford, both clubs, have been awarded by the New Brunswick Curling Association to be host to the Huplasso New Brunswick Curling Club Championship, which will be held February 29th, March 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Both clubs are going to be hosts, basically because there's that many teams coming in from all over the province, about 30, maybe even 40 teams, maybe even more, but we're aiming for 40 teams from all over the province to show up in our area, and we're going to have this big tournament. And the winner of that tournament is going to get to represent New Brunswick in Barrie, Ontario for nationals. And I just found out about a month ago that if you win in Barrie, you go represent Canada in North American championship.
That's new.
Yeah, that's new.
If you want, I'll give a little history too. The Curling Club Championship, because when you guys watch TV, you watch TSN and that, you see the New Brunswick teams and in the Tournament of Hearts, those are professionals. They're curlers from New Brunswick, but they don't have to be members of the same club. They can gather, and they're kind of professionals. Gushu is a guy, he keeps on curling all the time, practicing. They don't really have work. They're professional curlers. So what happened was Curl Canada developed in 2009 the Curling Club Championship to go to roots, to go to club curlers. So you have to be 4 members from your own club to play in this. And they allow, we have 25 clubs in our province, and they allow 2 for men, 2 for women. So we could have 100 teams, but it never happened. But because some aren't interested in that. But this championship, it leads to a national championship, and it's like a Briar where you're treated incredibly well, and they give you the experience of what the big curlers at the Briar and the Tournament of Hearts go through this tournament. And this tournament has been going around Moncton, Fredericton, St. John in the last, since 2009. It came once to Miramichi, and it never came to Bathurst. We did a lot of effort, presentation, because people down south find it far to come up to Bathurst. But we're going to St. John. But anyway, so we said it's our shot. It's the first time we can bring it here to Bathurst. Let's make it something that they'll remember. Like, I participated in the last 8 or 9, and none of them are going to have the entertainment, what we're aiming to show them here. They'll have never seen that. We're even hiring a nice man from Moncton. He's a provincial tech. He's got the highest level. He did Briar Ice before, and he's costing us a lot of money, but he's going to come and prepare the ice in Beersford and Bathurst to be equal, because curlers are really fussy on their ice, and he's the best. And he'll be training our iceman at the same time, so that we can host another event like this in the future. So we want to do the best show we can.
Yeah. So what's important, we're both hosts, Bathurst and the Beersford Club, but Bathurst is going to kind of be the main center because we're just more of a the infrastructure is better there. So our club is going to host the opening ceremonies. And we've kind of made arrangements with Best Western to have a really, really good price because we're pretty much taking up a large portion of the hotel if all of the teams show up and stay there. We've made it really attractive for them to stay there. We've approached a lot of businesses in town and gotten some extra packages, some extra gifts from some local vendors. We've got a lot of local sponsorship too to help out with this tournament from Bathurst. And we're hoping to make Bathurst the center. We're going to try to, if we have enough of the funds, we're going to set up a shuttle, basically to shuttle people from Bathurst to Beersford to use that ice and then back over here. But then on the side of the entertainment, we'll have entertainment at both clubs because everybody getting off the ice will want a little bit of live entertainment. So we've set up live entertainment on that. And we're hoping to get 40 teams, so that'll be interesting. That'll fill up the Best Western. It'll get an awful lot of people in our area. One of the prizes that will be just giving out just kind of as a door prize will be Gowan Bray has offered us a 4 green fee with cart, and we're kind of going to do a draw for that, which would attract another team to come back during the summer.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a nice package. As Gowan Bray has been I think it finished off in second.
Second for our province.
For our
and
province.
Top 100 of Canada, so that was good. There's also the fact that we wanted to do something different in our opening ceremonies. We approached the Multicultural Association, and we're going to have one member of the Multicultural Association per team up when they walk on the ice, because in curling you walk on the ice, you go to the center sheet, and dignitaries throw the first rock out. Well, we're going to have our multiculturals lined up with each team, and they're going to bring a different flag, and we're going to have each team hold up the flag. So when you see that alley, you're going to see all these different flags. They're great for publicity and diversity, and we're showing the sport to them too.
So curling is actually a pretty open sport. It's easy for all kinds of people to. So we're hoping by bringing in the multicultural, we're just hoping to show that curling is actually a sport that everybody can get involved. It's a very, very inclusive sport. You know, myself, we curl. You can have a 16-year-old curl against a 75-year-old, and they're still having a nice little competition. So curling's a very inclusive. We're hoping to showcase that throughout the world is being showcased right now, Canada and playing against the world. But we're going to try to bring that to our event over here by bringing that into our little tournament. Yeah. So basically what we're here for today is we'd like to have some funds, if possible, to help us with that. We're asking for $10,000 to help us with our budget. We've got a budget that's just around $20,000 right now. Our big cost is that ice technician, right? We want to bring in that ice technician, not only to make the Bathurst and Beersford Club one of the best ice in the province, but to actually teach our ice technicians on how to keep our ice good for the years to come. We've even invited ice technicians from Campbellton and Tracadie to be part of our team, so that because they're so close, it's, you know, we're going to need a team. This is going to be all-day events. The ice team is going to be busy 12 hours a day. They're not going to say no to help. So if you guys want to come over here and help our ice team, meanwhile you're learning, right? So it's going to be a great learning experience for the whole region for us. But part of that cost, the ice technicians, publicity, we're certainly we're going to be putting on a good PR just to get the whole community involved and hopefully get the whole community to come and watch some curling, because it's going to be some nice caliber curling going on at that thing. We have a good opening ceremony, so there'll be some costs involved with that. We'll be doing some live scoring. We'll even have some streaming of the final events. And then, of course, we have the entertainment, and if the funds are there, to establish a shuttle so that people don't have to drink and drive from the Beersford Club. And you can walk from Best Western to our curling club.
That's what I wanted to add. Like I said, I played in the last 8 years of this tournament. In every place, there's not one curling club that has, like we have here, of the Best Western being 5-minute walk. That makes totally all the difference, because in the other places, people were taking Airbnbs all over the place, and they'd just come to the club and curl, and they'd leave. Us, by having that they're in walking distance, so they can take that little extra beer that they couldn't take otherwise, will do wonders, and they're going to really appreciate that.
So anyways, finally, basically, we're hoping that we make an event that's memorable for those 40 some odd teams that come to our area. And if we can make the event memorable, then Bathurst and the Chaleur region will become a memorable thing to them, and they'll be attracted to come back to us. And we're hoping at the same time to really showcase the inclusivity of curling, but of our region, right? And that people can come over here and enjoy this, meet the friendly people of the Chaleur region, and really enjoy what we have to offer.
All right.
So
We have
that's
a
it
question.
for now, unless we have some questions.
We do. We have a question from Councillor LeBlanc.
Merci, Madame la mairesse. Merci, vous deux. Sérieux,
Oui.
un gros merci. C'est le fun d'entendre ça. Vous m'aviez dit tout à l'heure que vous aviez quelque chose à nous présenter, pourquoi vous étiez ensemble, et la raison, elle est excellente. Fait que ça, c'est au mois de février, vous avez dit?
Oui, 29 février au 3 mars.
29 février au 3 mars. Ça fait que c'est des sacrées bonnes dates. C'est des dates qui, normalement, il n'y a pas grand-chose. Puis ça va faire un petit peu d'activité dans la région. Ça va être le fun. Fait que là, vous me dites qu'il va y avoir 40 équipes ici, 40 équipes de 4.
C'est des équipes de 4. On vise 40. Moncton avait juste 25 l'année passée, mais c'était à cause un peu COVID puis ça. Nous autres, avec les préparations qu'on a déjà fait, ça semble vrai. Je serais surpris qu'on a 30 et plus pour sûr.
Fait que si on regarde ça, on parle de 140, 160 individus, plus j'assume qu'il va y avoir de la famille ou des
Il y en a qui vont monter
amis.
avec la famille, right?
Oui.
OK. Ça, c'est superbe. Les gens qui veulent assister puis voir ça, parce que ça va être quand même un week-end qui va être le fun, là. Faut-il qu'ils achètent des billets ou ils peuvent juste aller là?
Les autres, les professionnels, quand on fait le Briar puis tout ça, là, habituellement, le provincial, il faut que tu charges. Si ici, tu ne charges pas. C'est parce qu'on veut mettre l'atmosphère que tout le monde peut venir voir, il n'y aura pas de coût. Puis on va faire pas mal de publicité la semaine avant pour être sûr qu'on ait beaucoup de monde.
Tout le monde sache qu'ils peuvent venir voir les games avec le schedule. Puis tout.
Parfait. OK, regarde, c'est vraiment merveilleux. J'adore l'idée. Merci d'avoir présenté. C'est ça la question que j'avais.
Okay. Councillor Burnett.
Thanks, Madam Mayor. Thank you for this. It's a great thing that'll be coming to Bathurst. We've had some professional curlers here before, and they had a great time. Looking forward to it. The City Council donated some monies here in the last little while for your ice, for the sheets that you were going to put down. How'd that turn out?
Well, Kathy will be making a presentation on that really soon, right after, well, whenever.
I think she's right after them.
Yeah, she's after, so you'll know.
As for me, a curler, great. The ice has been awesome. Really kind of, I've mentioned it this year, everything is so much brighter, the ice is so much faster. All the curlers are really enjoying the season this year because it's really helped an awful lot. And then if we add, Chris Tapley, that's the ice technician. I mean, he's nationally certified as making ice. So he's done ice for national events. He's coming up here to Bathurst to help both our ice teams put that ice together. We want to finish off with the best ice in New Brunswick, period. Period.
And us, speaking for Beresford, we're jealous. We'd love to have that. We can't, but that's life.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Madam Mayor.
You're welcome. Councillor Knowles.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to congratulate you guys and all your total committee, because I know you have a great committee, obviously, and we need more events like this in our area. It's nice that Bathurst and Beresford are cooperating with this. It's great. So congratulations on that. I'm sure it's going to be a great success.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councillor Hondas.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Quick question. Is this like an open tournament, or is there an age group, or does it?
It's men's. There's 2 men's and 2 ladies teams allowed per club that they can send to this. Any age. but only one person under 18 can be on a team.
Okay.
And you have to win your club, right? So
Yeah.
to go to this provincial, say you're from Sussex. Well, if there's 3 teams in Sussex that want to come up here, only 2 can come, so they'll have to have their own little playoff to
Okay,
determine
perfect.
who's coming.
Like
Yeah.
we will do here in
Yeah,
Bearsford. We have
it's
3.
more of a point of information, so I thought maybe if it's just a teenager or it's an adult thing, so.
It's an adult
Cool.
thing mostly.
Okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it is.
All right. Well, we'll certainly deliberate after all the requests, and we will follow up with you. Thank you very much. I know we had an opportunity to meet and talk about this project, and I think it's an absolute wonderful project, especially for 4 days. We're bringing people in the north for a change. So, great job. Bravo, bravo d'avoir fait l'effort et de, finalement, de le convaincre de venir chez nous au lieu de se déplacer. Merci à vous. On vous revient.
Merci.
Merci. Well, our second presentation is Miss Kathy Grevens from the Bathurst Curling Club. Yay!
This one? Yeah. Okay. Oops. Get ready. There we go. If it opens.
Is it working?
It's coming.
Yeah, she's slow.
Well, good evening, Your Worship and councillors. My name is Kathy. I'm the president of the club. This is my fan club here. And some of us are curling in a few minutes. But we wanted to update you on the curling club that we had done the presentation earlier. And we also wanted to show you what Hack to Hack and the Easy Sheets have done for us. So, okay, where's the design slideshow? Here we go. So, as you know, we finished our Bathurst community and curling Chase the Ace at 51 weeks, 1 week short of 52. So we had 7 charities receiving almost $55,000, which was great. We hope to give them publicity, and we hope to give them bottom line financial help as well. So that was successful. In terms of our own endeavorment, though, we received an awful lot of publicity. And as a result of that, we think we had approximately a 19% increase in membership this year. And given, you know, some didn't come back and some came forward, so it's a significant increase compared to the last few years. So now we're close to the 100 that we had hoped for. We're at 93. We also have a busy Learn to Curl on Wednesday evenings, though, and we have a junior program we'll be starting, we hope, in after Christmas. And we have to do some coaching and some in-services before we take that on. But from our point of view, too, we received enough money so that we can move forward on some of the capital projects that we want to initiate. A committee will be formed after the holidays, and we will be looking to make sure that the curling club is in good stature for the next 20 or 30 years, which was one of our goals with the Chase the Ace. So we're very happy. We did tell you that we were going to paint the interior of the club, and we did. We didn't get to the exterior because we were chasing the ace till October. But it has made for a better atmosphere, and we have increased our rental as well, so it's nice to see. As you know, the Curling Club Championship is here. Bathurst Toyota, we have Ian Hathaway, who is the dealer principal of the dealership, and we have Paul Bro, who is the general manager, presenting the check to us, and that's split between the two of us, but it's specifically for the provincial championship. We also have a few people who have already committed to our to the club championship, which is really fabulous when you look at the two communities, as you said, working together. It's first time, I think, in a very, very long time for the two curling clubs. Canadian Tire should have a capital too. But in terms of the Hack to Hack and the Easy Sheets, we did level off the floor this summer, but we didn't get it quite right. So we're going to have to probably have another bit of leveling. So we did have to do a little bit of extra flooding this year. But we did have Kevin from Hack to Hack here for a full week in November, and he was dined and toured by Monique Nallen and Terry Wilbur. They loved the area. They had their fill of seafood through the week, but they also shared a lot of knowledge with us as well. And you heard that we want more information on ice making and so forth. He's done international ice making, so it was great to have him here. It's both the science and an art to making the ice. It's hard to believe, but it was very interesting to see all the insights that he had. As Mark alluded to, we have brighter ice surface. It's just beautiful. Like all of the club members are mentioning how clean it looks and how brighter the whole inside looks. All of the lines and all of the rings and everything are installed at once, except for 5 sheets, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Your Bathurst City logo is on both ends of the ice rink, and in 5 sheets, so you have 10 logos, so they'll be there for 20 or 30 years of advertisement for you, so thank you very much. It did only take us about 3 hours to lay all the ice down, or the sheets down, and we had 7 keen guys. We probably only needed 3 or 4, but we were all very interested to see how we would all work ourselves. And the plant is running at an easier temperature for the plant, so that's a significant improvement for us, so we're very happy. So this is an upside down picture, but it changes. It changes. Just a second. There we go. It's that simple. It's amazing. So all the lines are accurate. They're all aligned properly. We're not trying to use strings to go down. Some clubs paint the lines and so forth on. We're not doing that. We won't be painting at all. You can see the difference between this old ice here and the new ice, and it's significant when you put the 5 sheets together. It's just beautiful. It's quite a facility. And Kevin did remark that our club is one of the nicest clubs that he's been into. He said, you know, you could use an improvement in terms of warmth and so forth, but he said the facility itself is beautiful. So that was great to hear. Oops. How do I get to the next? Okay. Now I mentioned that we had 5 new different rings that we have, and we have Go-To Insurance, we have Brunswick Power Sports, Web Solution, Place Bathurst Mall, and Lucky Dragon. They all gave us rings in the curling rink. And what we decided to do with them was to put them in the middle of the rink this year, so that we have 5 junior rinks now. So in junior curling, they use it only half of a sheet, like half of the length of a sheet, so they don't have to throw the rocks quite as hard. And so we had Terry Fox in one day already, and it was quite an enjoyable day. We had 36 little curlers, and we had 6 of us, and we were moving. But they thoroughly enjoyed the day. So it was great to see those rings came in so handy. And look at that facility. It's beautiful. It really is beautiful. The colors are vibrant. Yeah, it looks gorgeous, really. And we couldn't have done it without your help, really. So thanks to the city. We really do appreciate it. So you should know that your money did decrease the hours that it took to put the ice in. It will decrease our volunteer hours that are required. The power savings will be significant. We won't be painting anymore, so your money is well spent. So, and we can't have everybody. We have a few in the audience, but we did one little group of curlers. This is how we all feel. To the city. So I don't know if there are any questions or anything, but we really do appreciate, and we speak with great gratitude of your support. So appreciate it. Great.
Councillor Willett.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just want to say congratulations. It's nice to see this sports being revived again in town, and it's nice to see a tournament coming in, because same thing as last fall when Corvette Club came in, it was all people that, a lot of them that come to Bathurst but never come to the downtown. And last year they were in the downtown, so the same thing will happen again this year.
Same thing will happen in the tournament as well, Bronzefield. So it's great. It's just come together very nicely.
So thank you very much.
Appreciate that, Michael.
I think it's fun when we can say, okay, for a small amount of money, that's the difference that it's made.
Oh, huge impact.
Yeah, exactly. And I know the Multicultural Association are quite excited with the curling club, and I think there's classes that are being done. They're renting the ice to learn how to curl.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, it's new for them as well. And then if you are able to increase by 19%,
Yeah.
that
And
is
it-
really
yeah,
good.
and we hope to continue, yeah.
I
so-
have a feeling you will. I think
hope
it's
so.
just the beginning, and
Yeah.
especially with that beautiful ice.
Oh, it's beautiful, it's
And
spectacular.
again, yeah, I have to say thank you to all the volunteers.
Yep.
All of this would not be doable if it wouldn't be for all of you, so great job.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, thank you for the
If you're
feel-good
interested
moment.
in coming down to visit and seeing it on your own, we'll give you private instructions.
Okay. Yes, because my first curl, I went with the ball, and I went sliding down.
With
Or
the rock.
whatever you see.
With the
I don't
rock.
know. Anyway, it's a round ball with a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rock. It's a rock. Okay. I just grabbed it and I went to curl for cancer, and I took off and poof, and I took off with the whole equipment, boots and all.
Yeah.
I think I had a couple of counselors there taking pictures. I got pictures. They made sure they had proof.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
We can fix that.
Yeah. Okay, I will. Thank you.
Good night.
Yeah, you're all going to curl, yeah. I'll have to join the Wednesday night, especially if I want to learn how to curl for the next event in March. Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. La salle s'est vidée un peu, là. The room just emptied a bit. Notre prochaine présentation, c'est de 4 directions de René Viennot. 4 directions by René Viennot. You've got the mic, Mr. Viennot.
Thank you very much. Nice to see us all again. I want to see if I can 4 directions.
Oh, nope. Is that the one?
Je suis pas
Non,
Moi,
il est juste en dessous.
Je sais supposé là comme une vidéo, là.
Peut-être là.
Non, pas le banner, non.
Ah, non.
Il est supposé avoir une vidéo.
J'ai eu 2 PDF puis des photos.
Non, j'ai envoyé.
Non, ça se peut.
C'était juste j'ai envoyé par email à Amy. Elle a dit qu'elle allait mettre ça, puis la bannière.
OK, j'ai pas eu de vidéo.
Ouais, tout all that
Puis
is
là, tu peux
touch.
cliquer.
Ouais, tu peux-tu juste tu le runner comme slideshow? Sorry.
Nope, c'est
Tu peux
correct.
juste cliquer.
C'est pas grave.
OK.
All right, so manual slideshow it is. So my name is Rene Viennot. I'm here again, I think it's my 4th or 5th year, to give you an annual update on how we're going and how 4 Directions is moving on. And we're here with a bunch of our participants. I'm really happy to see all our our participants and parents and some of our board members and guides. Welcome to the City Council meeting. I'm here representing 4 Directions and our board, which is comprised of Carl Kenny, Craig Collins, Dino Simoni, Ernie Boudreau, Jeff Christie, and Brian Schreier. We have a super volunteer. Her name is Megan Chamberlain. She couldn't make it here tonight either. So our team has evolved yet again, and we're doing very well. Thanks for the opportunity to come and present our program. 2023 has been the best year by far for 4 Directions. We've expanded in the last 3 years with the money you've given us and the sponsorship from the community. We went from 2 adventures to 3 adventures, and then last year we gave out 4 adventures, and I think we took out over 40 some kids out in the woods for a total of 19 days total, which is the most we've ever done. We've also bought 6 brand new canoes. We've bought a canoe trailer that brings all our 8 canoes. And one of our major problems that I've mentioned in the last few presentations that I've made was the transporting kids to and from our adventures. So with the help of CBDC Chaleur and Denis Roy, we purchased an 18-passenger or 16-passenger van at the beginning of this summer. So that has allowed us to expand to 4 adventures and more in the coming years without much more of an expense, you know, because we were always renting a bus or finding, you know, VIP, their party bus or whatever, however we could do it. So now we have a van with 16 passengers and we're all set. It's really, really amazing how far we've come in the last 4 or 5 years. So all these adventures have given these kids a sense of belonging to the Bathurst area. I think, you know, the curling club was talking about bringing people to Bathurst, and I think our mission is a little bit keeping the kids here in Bathurst. I think, you know, a lot of kids, they graduate and they go elsewhere, and we want to try to give them a reason to stay here in Bathurst, like the Mi'kmaq Trail and all the beautiful trail that you guys have sponsored and worked hard on in the last 5-6 years. It's just amazing. They've made new friends and worked on their critical thinking skills during these adventures. Our mission, as always, has been to assure long-term viability to this program. Penny, you've said it a few times. It's not really something we can afford to lose, I don't think. As it's always been getting bigger and better, we've been more exposed to schools. We've put together a school program this year, and we've given that to a bunch of school teachers and principals that show what essential skills we're teaching them, skills that they can't teach in class, you know, like teamwork and all the essential skills we need to live a healthy and fruitful life. In 2022, we put our headquarters at Daly Point, and that's working tremendously. It's a very nice place to be. We meet our families there in the parking lot. We have events there, you know, a few times a year, and it's a great place to put all our equipment. It's safe, and we feel blessed to be able to have our headquarters at Daly Point. In 2023, like I said earlier, we purchased a 16-passenger bus, and we did 4 adventures. And since 2018, we've reached out over 700 youth, and we have over 2,700 adventure days, giving all these wonderful adventures to kids down the Restigouche River and on the Nipisiguit Mi'kmaq Trail. And now we're going to expand with also the Multicultural Association, going to find activities we can do with them and make them feel welcome here in our beautiful city. We have a major partnership with the Rotary Club, which I appreciate very much, and Carl Kenny has given me a lot of help with that, and that's going very well. They've purchased a lot of gear that we really needed and helped us move along in the right way. Turtle steps, like the turtle on the Mi'kmaq Trail, but, you know, solid steps, so we're not moving too fast, and everything we're doing it well and secure and safe and all that. I had a little letter from a Hunter Fitzgerald, and he just says that, I'm calling him now. He just says that he really appreciated that. He was a little bit inside of his box, so it gave him an opportunity to get out of his box. And I just want to mention the Hunter's fire roasted apple pie. So this year he asked me if he could, you know, cook an apple on the fire, and he did, and it was good. It tasted like Grandma's apple pie, so I got him to do about 18 more of those. And then I figured out a way to make a pie in the campfire with a pot on top of it, and it came out, and all the kids really loved it. So now it's a staple on our trips, Hunter's fire roasted apple pie. So that's a shout out to Hunter. I have a lot of things to say. I really feel blessed to be in this situation, in this position, to be able to offer what I love so much to these kids, and I could talk all night about it, but I think I'm going to leave a few of our kids come up and speak to you, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
All right?
We would love to hear from them.
So I'll ask Ella to come on up. Ella participated in 3 adventures, and she's a great team player, and everybody loves her on camp, and she helps out. She likes sweeping.
Hi, Ella.
Hi. So, my name is Ella Watson, and please bear with me as I am a little shy, but I think it's important to share my experiences I've had with Four Directions. Before going on one of the adventures, I struggled with my confidence in finding true friendships. I was a little withdrawn trying to find my place. But after going on their adventures, I've come out of my shell, gained lifelong friends, and learned valuable skills. I certainly wouldn't have been standing here making this speech. The organizers of Four Directions always made us feel special, and what we had to say was important. Truly listened and respected us. It is an amazing feeling knowing we have support outside our family. They really care about us and want to see us succeed. We learned many survival skills I currently use, such as cooking, making fires, first aid, rowing a canoe, setting up tents and hammocks, foraging safely, and other valuable activities. These adventures are so important for our community's youth. They make a significant impact on self-esteem, our self-worth, confidence, team building, critical thinking, and essential life skills. Sometimes being a teenager is hard, but the experience of these trips help to give us the skills to navigate these teenage years. Our youth is the future, and this truly is a way you can make a huge difference.
Good job.
Manual slideshow. So, and another contestant or participant was Gabriel. Gabriel was like a key player in all our events. He was really helpful, and he's the fire master.
Oh.
So here's Gabriel.
Hi, Gabriel.
Hello. Hello, my name is Gabriel Walls. I'm here to speak about the positive influence that Four Directions has had in my life. I've been fortunate enough to have been on 4 trips since moving here to Bathurst. I have enjoyed every one, and each one is a little different from the last, so it's always exciting. The things we did on our trips at camp were quite varied, from foraging for berries and making apple pie, to helping set up camp and having team-oriented survival challenges such as canoeing, fire building, and setting up temporary shelter. One of my favorite things we did is sleeping in hammocks. I've slept in a tent before, but hammocks was a first, and I completely enjoyed it. The instructors were amazing and seemed to have had as much excitement as us to be there, which only made the experience better. They were great at finding and coming up with fun and interactive things for us all. One of the many benefits of going on these trips is that no matter where you may be coming from or what may be happening at home or school, you can just take a break and have fun or think about it from a new setting with some fresh air. The personal benefits I've noticed for myself is that Four Direction trips have given me more confidence in outdoor activities and to try developing new skills, such as archery, driving, and camping. Four Directions has also helped me to focus more on my future and what I'd like that to be. Thank you for letting me speak about my experiences with Four Directions. I had a wonderful time over the summer and hope to be back as soon as they have more planned. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have about my time with Four Directions.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for showing up, the parents, for bringing your kids here today, Dino, Carl. I think it's a really positive thing, and in a community, unity is the hardest thing to find. And I think if we keep giving these kids an opportunity to make true friendships on outdoor adventures, we can bring unity back in our community, and it all starts with them. Thank you very much.
So, Renee, what's
I'm
your
open
ask?
for questions. Oh, we're here today.
Yes.
Since we've expanded, I was just like talking. Since we've expanded and we've taken on the responsibility of paying for a bus and everything, we were asking for $5,000 this year.
$5,000.
Yes.
And out of the 5,000, how many kids would we be sponsoring to be able to attend? Would that be part of it?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's it. It's, you know, each kid's is valued at about $750, so $5,000 divided by 750, 3, 4, 6 or so.
Okay. As you know, council fully supports For Direction.
Yes.
We have for many years. I will go to Deputy Mayor Anderson.
Thank you, Your Worship. You know what I think, but I'm so glad that you brought some kids with you tonight, because nothing against you, but I prefer hearing from them.
Of course. I do too.
And I love hearing their experiences, and it was really touching what they both had to say, so I really appreciate that you brought some kids in.
Thank you. I appreciate they came.
Yeah, and I'm always for supporting sending more kids on your
Well, we want to make
trips.
the kids,
Yeah.
you know, feel how they felt,
Yeah.
come out of their box, all those good things.
Absolutely, and that's why it was good to hear from them.
Conseiller Leblanc.
Merci, Madame la mairesse. Merci, René, encore une fois.
Jean-François.
Sérieux, écoute, premièrement, comme la mairesse adjointe, je l'oublie toujours. À un moment donné, il va me rappeler, je te le promets. La mentionner, écoute, vraiment merci d'avoir amené les enfants. C'est la première des choses. Moi, j'aimerais remercier le Rotary. Depuis qu'ils sont avec vous autres, je vois une amélioration de votre processus. Vous semblez avoir une stratégie, des objectifs, des buts. Fait que merci, Carl, et tout le reste qui travaille avec René pour aider cette organisation. C'est merveilleux.
On a un bon groupe.
Ça paraît aussi. Tu sais. Moi, il y a certains points que les enfants ont mentionnés, que je veux juste les réitérer. C'est en anglais.
Merci.
C'est parce que c'est des points qui fait, c'est l'avenir. C'est l'avenir de ces enfants-là. Puis j'espère qu'ils l'oublient jamais. Critical thinking, self-worth, confidence, skills, forward and future thinking. Ça, là, c'est toute une chose. J'espère que ça va y rentrer dans la tête. Puis ça va être le restant de leur vie parce que ça va y donner tellement de chances au succès dans l'avenir. Parce qu'on sait que le bonheur, c'est le succès. Pour avoir du bonheur, il faut que ces choses-là s'appliquent.
C'est ça l'objectif.
Merci René. Merci à 4 directions.
Merci.
Comme j'ai mentionné tantôt, on va se rencontrer, on va vous revenir bientôt. As I had mentioned with the team at the curling club, this would not be doable, this would not be happening if it wouldn't be for all the volunteers and everybody that works together. And these children, as they get older, they will remember that for the rest of their lives, and they're going to say, that's the day that it impacted and made a change in my life. So you are truly, truly making changes, and we see it. So thank you for bringing them here, for get them to speak. And we will definitely be in contact with you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Merci. All right, so we are going to move on to ATV Trails update by Matthew Abernathy. So this is more of a presentation of our updates with the trails.
Yeah,
No fun requests.
No, yeah. Am I on the homepage there, Raj, or? Oh, there it is. All right. Thanks, Madam Mayor. As Madam Mayor mentioned, it's simply a quick update tonight to give everybody a heads up on where things are with the trail connection. The Quad MB had come to the city a couple of years ago about making a bylaw change and enabling them to access various roads throughout the city, be able to connect the east side to the west side. So on screen currently is what the approved bylaw. I'm sorry, there's one more reading I believe that needs to happen. Eh? No, it is approved? Okay, right on. So, what on screen is what's currently approved. Signage simply needs to go up whenever the trail connection is done. But the only thing that was missing was how the ATV trail could connect from West Drive to Atlantic Coast. So you'll see that section of highway there, plenty of watercourses and obstacles in the way for them to get through. So they had put together a proposal And the original proposal was an ATV trail along the edge of the highway. However, they ran into an issue with our watershed. Obviously, we had reservations about having them complete the work in that area since it was a brand new trail that was being completed. Department of Environment, we met with them as well, and they basically denied the application. And so we met as a group and came back with an alternate proposal, which would be significantly less intrusive to our watershed. So this is the proposal that the ATV Club put together for City Council. You'll notice a red section there, which is along the opposite side of the highway, so it's on the west side of the highway. A yellow section which traverses our watershed, but in existing roads. And then a blue section which is on municipal roads. So it's Middle River Drive to St. Anne Street, and then crossing the highway again on the St. Anne overpass. So just to give you an idea with the map in the back, a little easier to read here. So 90% of this trail is on existing roads, so there's very little construction that needs to be done, and that's one reason why we're in agreement with this positioning as opposed to as to the original proposal. There's no brush cutting or anything within any proximity of water courses. I've outlined our potable water intake there. You can see the blue circle. So we've made the recommendation or the requirement, I guess, for approval to the ATV Club to install some gates there to ensure that there's no access to our actual potable water intake gallery. But besides that, that orange section is essentially already a road. There's no construction that needs to be done there whatsoever. So there's limited access there in the sense that there's a gate on Middle River Drive. We're planning on creating an access there for ATVs to go around, but blocking our access to the intake where the gates are positioned there that you can see on the page. For this section that's adjacent to the current snowmobile trail, in the summertime, they're essentially going to use the existing snowmobile trail, which again is a current road. There's no construction that needs to be done there. However, there's going to be an alley, basically just brush cut, so that they can run parallel to the snowmobile trail in the wintertime. So again, very little intrusion or disturbance of the original ground. So what's next is basically the club is going to continue to work on private land. They're going to get the gates installed, and they're going to be making a request to council next week for access agreements for, there's various parcels of land there which the city own, which this trail runs through. They need access to those properties to start their work and also get the finalized any permits that they need. They're also working on getting access across St. Anne Street with the Department of Transportation as well. So those processes are all happening, but council should expect a request for a resolution next week. So that's it. Like I said, just a quick update. If there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
We have any questions for Mr. Abernathy? Councillor Willett?
No question, but just a comment that last month we had a meeting with the Union and municipalities, and I was a moderator for ATV trails, and in Sussex they're actually starting tours from next year. They'll be starting tours from Sussex, so it's big business. There's $430 million worth of machines that were sold in the province. So hopefully we can get that going. I know it's going to take a while for DTI to give the club an answer, but hopefully it'll be sooner than later. So.
And the route that's there, Mr. Abernathy, you guys were involved, so you're okay with that. So if it comes to resolution next week, you have no objections, everything has gone through, and then it'll go through provincially.
Yeah, I mean, what we're looking at right now is a section that's basically wide open already. There's no real restricted access there. It's a current road. It's in place. There's very little disturbance. So yeah, we're quite comfortable with what's going on there. As long as the Department of Environment is comfortable as well, we don't see an issue with it. So we're happy to move ahead.
Perfect. Well, that's wonderful news.
Alrighty.
Mr. Pettigrew?
Thank you, Your Worship. Just to clarify as well, there will be the agreement, so there will be a resolution for an agreement to be signed for the landowner part of it. And then Ms. Parker will be working with public safety as well for a resolution for a bylaw change, an amendment. So they're two separate processes, but we'll look at getting the agreement for the land looking at a resolution next week, if all goes well, to have that at the public meeting on the 18th.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Good. Thank you. So we fall under policies, les politiques. So I'm going to give you the mic, Ms. Parker. Propose repeal of policy P1989-19, meetings with provincial and federal officials.
I'll just wait until everybody.
Yeah, it's a bit noisy.
So during the policy exercise, it was determined this policy is already covered automatically under the new bylaw that we are currently doing the second and third reading of for the proceedings of municipal council. That'll be next week. So if that goes through, really, there is no reason to have this policy in place.
All right. Do we have any questions for Ms. Parker? No? OK. On va aller à 3.2, proposition d'abrogation de la politique P1993-02, préparation de l'ordre du jour du Conseil.
So this policy, again, is going to be obsolete once we go next week to passing some of our new bylaws. This one is going to be covered by the Code of Ethics that we'll be looking at next week.
Okay, same concept. Any questions? No? All right. We move over to sponsorship requests, Springfest East Qualifier Tournament. Ms. Parker?
Thank you. Just before I begin going through the sponsorship requests, so we do have a grant committee, but is specific for grants. Sponsorships do not fall within that policy. This is why they're here tonight. And before I begin, just so everybody knows, we do have $10,900 that's left in the discretionary fund. For the Springfest East Qualifier Tournament, this is a pickleball tournament that's going to be held at ESN and Place des Jeunes next year, April. The organizers are estimating about 160 to 200 registered players from all over the Maritimes, Quebec, and United States. They're looking for sponsorships. There's a few different levels you would have seen in your packages. To sum it up, there's bronze up to $99, silver, which is $100 to $250, gold $251 to $999, and platinum would be $1,000 or more.
Okay. Did council want to discuss this, review it? Are you interested? Councillor Burnett?
Thanks, Madam Mayor. I would go with the $9.99. I think that's fair for the first one coming into town, and that should help them out.
$9.99 or $1,000?
Well, is it up to $9.99?
It's $9.99, and then the next one is $1,000.
So if you add $1,
yeah, we could add $1.
We get a lot of publicity with the extra $1. All right. Conseiller Leblanc?
J'étais justement pour dire 1000 piastres qu'il a dit 999. Okay. Mais c'est vraiment une bonne chose là, que ça apporte à la ville. Là.
Exactement.
On a les moyens, faisons-le.
Est-ce qu'il y a des objections? Do we have any objections from council for $1,000? No? Okay. Our second one, on parle de la soirée pour L, so L's night, so EL2, ES night.
So this is a nonprofit organization. Their mission is to eradicate all forms of violence by raising awareness. This year, they're organizing a special event evening dedicated to women. The event is to create an opportunity for women to come together for an evening to support women's mental health and to highlight the organization's values. They are seeking a sponsorship of $300 for a table.
So I did meet with them. They did come to see me. So the funds is to go back in order to give services for women that cannot afford it. So each table will be sponsored. So it'll be a logo. We can put our swags, anything we want to put on the table. And then they're going to be selling tickets that night, and you get to sit at the tables. So sponsoring a table for $300. Deputy Mayor Anderson.
Is this a local organization?
Yes.
And it goes to help people that are in the area?
Yeah, it will be through Mine at Peace. So through Mine at Peace is where they will get the free services, which is local here right downtown.
And it's $300?
$300 to sponsor a table. But I mean, again, you can get the platin $900 or more. that would be left to council, but when I spoke with them, they said if we could sponsor a table, that'd be wonderful. If we can do more, by all means, but. So I need direction of council. What would you like? Oh, Councillor Knowles?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I think we should support 3 tables at $300, if that's okay. That would be my recommendation. What's that, sorry?
No, we don't sit at the tables. So everybody gets to pay their ticket. So I'll be attending, but I'll be buying my ticket to sit, but I'll be sitting at that sponsored table. So there, it's a way of raising funds for it. So sponsor 3 tables at 300. Okay, Councillor Burnett?
I'd go with the 2 tables that Councillor Knowles said. 2, did you say?
3.
3. No, yeah, I'm fine with that too. Yeah.
3 tables? Okay, 3 tables. Houplasso Provincial Curling Club Championship.
So this is based off the presentation we just had. At the time, I did not know that they were going to be asking for more. I received a letter for a sponsorship, so this would be probably something that's going to fall into the grants. We will call a grant committee meeting in the new year because we have had a few requests come in, and we can look at it at that time, or if you want to look at it now, totally up to you.
I'll leave that up to council because it is a big amount. It's 10,000, so we have to look at what we have, how much money we have left over. Councillor Burnett?
How much do we have left over in the grants?
Yep. 9,000.
Seeing that they're bringing in all these teams from all over the place, couldn't we go to the accommodation levy for monies for this event rather than go to the grants?
Good question. Mr. Pettigrew, some of it is all related to bringing people to the region.
Thank you, Your Worship. That can be discussed. It's definitely a discussion or an option for council. It would meet the criteria.
It would meet the criteria? Okay, so these could meet, so someone like this, something like this could meet the criteria under the, that's what I figured, but I wanted to make sure.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
If not, my treasurer will let me know, but I'm 99% sure that we're correct on that.
They mentioned one hotel. But I'm sure it's going to take more than one hotel.
I think so.
You know, there's going to be many, many more rooms that are needed, other than the one that they mentioned tonight. So I think it would be really good to get it out of that fund, you know.
Yeah, out of the tourism tax levy fund. They only need it for 2024, which works out perfectly because we'll start a new year. Conseiller Leblanc?
Bon, je l'avais juste allumé pour dire on peut-tu regarder pour grants, mais je veux dire pour le tourisme.
OK.
Au pire aller, on pourrait le séparer en 2. Il en reste avec 9 000 là, puis je sais qu'il ne reste plus beaucoup de temps, mais il y a quand même des petits projets. Là, fait que,
on arrive à la fin.
Ouais. Conseiller Brunet était plus vite que moi.
OK. Deputy Mayor Anderson?
Do we know how much money we have left in that tourism levy?
We've used pretty much everything for the renovations at the waterfront. Remember last week?
Well, that's why I was asking because I know we had allocated money.
But they're asking for 2024. So we would start fresh in 2024 with the tourism levy. But with the grants, there is a little bit of money left there too. If you wanted to take some from the grants from this year, unless we have anything else coming in, but we're getting to the tail end.
There's no more committees of the whole from now till the end of the year.
No. So we would have what, 9,000 left, you said?
9,000.
If you want to spend the rest of it. That's the last of the grant. Oh, sorry. Conseiller Leblanc.
Ouais, je dis, is that the last request we have for 2023?
That is the last thing I've received.
So we might as well put it on there. It's an absolutely fantastic request.
Yeah, well, we have 9 left, so that means it only takes $1,000 from the tourism levy for 2024 to give it to them.
We have another request afterwards.
We have another request after this?
Oh, we don't. Sorry.
No, we don't. Yeah.
We don't.
No. Oh, Councillor Legacy?
Yeah, I support that. I'm just curious, why is sponsorships not under the grants committee? Can it not be included in that?
When the policy was approved, it wasn't in the description.
Can we get that adjusted?
It's a modification that can be made.
Okay, perfect.
All right. So if I understand correctly, council is approving the rest of the $9,000 that we have out of the grants to go to Houplasso Provincial Curling Club, and then you're in agreement that we take $1,000 from the tourism levy in 2024. Oh, they're going to be happy. We're going to have to call Ms. Grabanks and the team and say, you got your money. Okay. All right. Well, this is easy enough. We are going to move over to committees and commissions of council. Comité, commission du Conseil. Every year, just for transparency, every year going into January, we switch some of the committees around to give other people opportunities and review the committees that we have, what's working, what's not working. And some of the things that we, again, this is not a final, we would bring it into resolution next week, Ms. Parker. I did want to ask a couple of questions. So, Councillor Burnett, the Arts and Culture Committee, how did that go this past year?
Oh, excellent. I think I brought, am I on?
Yeah.
I think I brought a report on how the Art Society connected with the Legion, and they are now in the process of doing 5 murals for the Legion, and that the Arts, I think I sent out the minutes a couple times to the minutes of the meetings that we had with the Art Society, and they're quite busy, quite group of talented people that have come together over the year, and I can send out the minutes from the last one as I just got them. Okay. So no, it's been a good year for the Art Societies, and they had a great time with the murals. They turned out excellent. Wait till you see them.
Exactly. You know, I've seen some of the pictures on Facebook, so which is really good. I've actually added Councillor Branch with you on that committee. I'm thinking between the two of you, you know, can try to see what we can do. You know, when I was a city councillor, we did the benches. Yeah. People have been talking about maybe doing a couple of picnic tables at the Coronation Park. Yeah. So there's definitely, you know, I think there's room that we can see how we can keep beautifying this section.
Another avenue I'm pursuing is a mural down the side of the curling club. I've been talking to the curling club people, and you can see it so well from King Avenue. Would be nice to have some of the former curlers in their sweaters and etc. just curling down the side of that building, and they haven't said no. So we have the talent, and they need to paint the outside of their building. So maybe the Art Society will continue on with that. But it's in the works. It's in the works.
Good, good. Maybe we can pay for the paint.
Yeah.
Figure something out.
And Councillor Branch and I got talking about the Art Society at the Christmas dinner. Yeah. And another goal would be to have more artists display at City Hall in the stairway going up to the top, and a different format this year. We probably would like to maybe have an introduction of the artists that are displaying to City Council, so that they know whose work is up there. And there's some other ideas that Councillor Branch and I are going to work out to bring back the council on that.
Good, good.
It was a good supper.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's well worth it. Which brings me to Wellness Committee and Age Friendly. So I know it's Mike Scarry or Councillor Scarry and yourself on the committee. How did that go this year?
Age Friendly, we have a lot of aged people in the city of Bathurst, and I reported over the year about some of the activities that are going on for the seniors, and it's amazing what's going on in Bathurst for the senior people. You have the Dusty Sneakers program, you have the Pickleball Association, you have the Retired Teachers Association. There's 4 or 5 different groups that their main focus is seniors and wellness. And I'm made myself available for a wellness committee with the retired teachers, and we've had probably half a dozen events over the year. Visited different places and we're having our wellness dinner what's today? Anyway, this week on Wednesday, and there's 31 already signed up for that wellness dinner. And then of course, Audrey Ronalds has been fantastic with her collection and our volunteers that are going to go to homes with all kinds of food stuff and baskets for people, and thank goodness for her and her volunteers that are doing that. There's much happening for the wellness of our citizens.
There is. There's a great group of volunteers in the area.
There is an association, though, with the Francophone Association, too.
Yes.
That they have goals and meetings and games, etc. So there's more to be done.
Perfect. Councillor Scarry, did you want to add to that?
Yeah, I had spoken to Bruno Poirier. He was involved with the province a few years back when there was guidelines, and they gave the positions of each municipality in regards to being deemed or falling within the category of age-friendly and We've slipped a little tiny bit as far as their standings are, but there's all kinds of new programs and that kind of thing, and he was more than welcome to going into 2024 if we wanted to find out more about some of the other programs and some of the other things that other communities and municipalities are doing. Definitely would be interested in doing a presentation to council. So.
Oh, that'd be perfect. Yeah, I bumped into him at one of the events, and he had mentioned the same thing, and I said it would be wonderful if they were to come in and be able to speak. Yeah, good. Then I'll move on to Beautification Committee. I am going to say that I want to say a shout-out thank you to Councillor Hondas, and I think it was Councillor Scary and Councillor Knowles, and I don't know who else was there. They did a whole bunch of painting of the fire hydrants with some of the students and themselves and doing St. Peter's Avenue. So I'll go to you, Councillor Hondas. It seems like that committee is mostly when spring and summer comes into play. In the winter, it's kind of hard to be doing these things. But I wanted your opinion on what do you think? How is it going?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. It's always been a challenge to get the right people out there, but this year we were lucky because there's a lot of people that got out and painted a whole bunch of fire hydrants when the paint and distributed to, I think of the Audrey Ronalds and her group painted a whole bunch. There's Ann Pito, she's pastor at one of the churches. She got a group together and painted the ones on St. Anne's, I believe it is. And then Jimmy Chamberlain, he's a pastor with another church. He did a whole bunch of them. Councillor Scary and I did 9 of them on St. Peter. And there's a whole bunch that were painted on Yaw Hall Drive. It's not where we need to be right now, but it's a positive because it seems once you put the word out there, and since we simplified the Adopt a Street program, I think we have more streets that are adopted. Council, we need, we've always talked about adopting a street. We haven't done it yet, so I think I'm throwing you guys under the bus right now. So I think we need to get out there and do a road, pick a road, and get it done. The Kinsman Club, we do Yaw Hall, and it takes us about an hour. Yaw Hall is a different one because there's a lot of people that take care of their property, so it does quickly. But there's other streets. Councillor Burnett and Councillor Knowles and I went to do what was the name?
Shalor.
Grange. We did
Grange
Grange, and
Shalor, yeah.
it took us an hour and a half maybe to get it done. We were 3 of us, but we got it done. There's a nice big sign there for Madison that's still up there. So, and the more that we can get done, more people, the streets that we can get adopted, it's just going to help to the beauty of our city visually. But everybody knows how chaleureux en anglais, c'est qu'on est, hospitality that we have in this city. So if we just clean it up, make it look better for people coming in. Like when I joined when we got elected in 2016, we always wanted to make Bathurst a place to stop and not just drive through. And I think we're getting there by a lot of the ways. So I think it's a work in progress, but we're heading the right direction. So I want to keep this one going.
Perfect. Yep, Councillor Knowles, you've got the mic. I kept the mic. And I've got Councillor Branch with the mic too in case. So Councillor Knowles.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Yeah, on the beautification side, we had the Marigold project this year.
Oh, yes.
On the Bathurst Causeway, we had 3 nice flower beds there. I'd like to thank Rene Legacy for his cooperation and Ralph Duguay for watering frequently. But I met with Sandra Fournier and Audrey Ronalds 3 or 4 times, and we kind of came up with a plan through the winter months, and then spring came, and it all came together. So we'll identify a new project over the winter, and we'll come up with something. But I want to recognize those individuals for their help.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councillor Branch, do you want to add anything? Good? No?
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Another committee that we've added, and I think it was just an oversight, is the North Teddigosh Recreation Center. I know that the President has been in contact directly with Councillor Scary, but I figured we'd make it official as a liaison, especially that, they have asked for funds. They're doing an amazing job there. All the work that they've been doing, all the funding, I think we can learn a great deal from them for all these volunteers that apply for all their funding for the ice rink outside, all the renovations inside, the playground. So we've assigned, so thank you, Councillor Scary. I did not get any objections, so you have the mic.
It's really interesting to see what they've done out there. I remember going out there and playing in the North Teddigosh Rec Center for dances and that kind of thing, and it was a community hall, and they did their best. What they've done now, if nobody's been out there in a while, just take a drive out, and especially the rink facility that they have there, that's second to none. It really, really is. It's great for those that want to play roller hockey or ball hockey in the summer. It's a completely level surface. The way the surface is set up, it makes it a whole lot easier to keep ice in it in the wintertime and flood it properly. The hall itself is amazing. And again, what happens is we've seen here tonight with the curling club, we've seen with just about every presentation that we have, there's a group of volunteers and dedicated volunteers. And that's one thing that it seems like we're getting a lot more of in the area. They have an incredible community organization there. And it always seems like if there's something going on, there's always a group of people that are there. And it's good to see because there's a lot of people that are from the city that have gone out to take a look at what they have there as well. And I tip my hat to Charles and their organization. The plans that they've got with the putting a walkway down the face of the bank that's there so that they can drop off their kayaks and canoes. It's really inspiring actually to see what they want to do, and they want to get involved as well. I had a partial involvement with the Shallor Active Transport and the Shallor Active Living Group, and they're really excited about getting involved with North Tedegush because there's all kinds of possibilities for trails that we can develop that would be all through the new communities that would just make Bathurst one of those places for people that want to do outdoor adventures or get out into the great outdoors that we take for granted. There's people that live in big cities that don't have anything like we have. And man, I'm telling you, it's something that we definitely should try to develop. And with those outlying communities like North Tedegush Rec Center and those, I think we're well on our way to doing that.
Perfect. I totally agree. They're doing a great job. A committee that I've added, and I thought it would be good because we had one under festival, but I was thinking if we did festival and event committee. And the reason behind that one is we would have someone from tourism at the Regional Service Commission, we would bring someone from DBRC, someone from the waterfront to have a committee. You know, we were saying we have an activity happening and we haven't announced it, or we haven't told the city, or we haven't publicized it on Facebook. If we had something that we knew everything that was happening, what our partners are doing, what are communities next to us doing, every event that we would be able to say as a committee, this is what's happening in the month of July. You get into the month of August. We fall into August by the third week of August, and then we hear that there's nothing happening, you know, like the Harvest Festival. We talk about it, but we're at the last minute. I think it'd be wonderful if we had that committee with a group of people together and be able to discuss and then kind of showcase what's happening in Bathurst and in our partners, you know, the other regions. But so I had added that one. I sent it. Nobody said anything, so I'm thinking let's try it for a year and go from there. Deputy Mayor Anderson?
Just a question on that one, because when I saw it, I was just kind of assuming that was incorporated, like the two individuals that you put on that committee. I think it was Councillor Willett and Councillor LeBlanc.
Yeah.
Would they be also sitting with Hospitality Days Committee? Because I noticed that committee is no longer on this list.
Well, because we had just festival committees, so we would have Hospitality Days come and speak to the group. So if Hospitality Days needs any funds, they're going to come directly to council.
So we're no longer going to have a committee, a council representative sitting on the Hospitality Days
We can still have a council that sits on Hospitality Days, yes, if they're meeting, but that can be falling under here, under Festival and Events Committee.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Are those two individuals going to go sit with the Hospitality Days Committee as well?
Yes, if one of them, they don't have to be the two of them there, but if one of them wants to sit in on the meetings, absolutely. Good. All right. Another note, I mean, it's not on the list. We haven't created it yet, but we've been talking about homelessness for a while now, and we see what's happening in the south of the province, and we're falling into the northern part of the province. I had a presentation from Monsieur Savoie that works with social development this past summer, and explaining how many homeless that we had in the Shallor region. And I think in August we were at 54, and out of that 54 we had about 30 of them that were doing couch surfing. So they were living from one sofa to another sofa, but they did not have their own place to stay. The downtown Mertons the banks, the hotels are having a really hard time. It's sad because we have a lot of these homeless people that are either mental health, it could be addictions, we're not sure. But I have a meeting, and I think I invited a couple of councillors to sit in on a meeting with Mr. Savoy again this week to see how can we work together with them, how can we work with the, the youth center, how can we work with the homeless shelter, what can we do to help? Because, I'll give you an example. In Moncton, one of the merchants moved out of downtown Moncton because of homelessness. We don't want that to happen in our downtown. And I can tell you right now, they're sleeping between the banks of the door, like the doors at the banks. Now banks are looking at locking their doors at night. They have no choice. The staff is leaving. They don't want to be leaving alone at night. It's becoming, we're not saying that anything would happen, but we're going there. And I'm thinking if we could try to, this week, before the new year, try to talk to a few organizations, local organizations, see where they're doing. What are we going to do? Winter's coming. Where are we going to put them? Are they choosing not to go to the homeless shelter? I'm not sure, but I believe that if we can try to get involved, and that's why we asked one of our police officers to be here, Roger. I know that downtown, a lot of businesses or banks or hotel are calling and saying, can you come and get them? They come, they pull them away, and they're back 15 minutes later. You could do that all night. We're not fixing the problems. And I don't know what the solution is. I don't know if you wanted to add to it. Because you can't charge them or put them in jail. They haven't done anything wrong. But what's happening now is that when you're going to the teller and you take money out, they're outside that bank soliciting you. And I know it's happened to me twice already. So now when I just cross over at RBC, I just have my debit in my pocket. I don't bring my purse with me because you always seem to have, and it scares the elderlies as well.
Well, unfortunately, homelessness is a reality that Bathurst wasn't escaping in any form, right? So it is increasing for sure. We don't need to show exact numbers, but just from all citizens and members here looking at the situation, it's increasing by a lot and very fast. There are services in place already. By experience, not everyone obviously wants help. There's different factors of why people are experiencing homelessness. It could be obviously drug addiction, could be mental health issues, could be a situation that brought them to homelessness. Some of them is by choice, not the healthiest way, but some of them is by choice. Some of them it's not. So there's definitely various factors. I think the idea of forming a committee to start these discussions and see what we can do is a very, very proactive way to start addressing the problem before it actually gets out of hand. Definitely some community partners are going to have to get involved right away. We're going to have to reach out to mental health services and also from addiction services. Mm-hmm. From those two major partners on that committee, along with community members, business owners, I'm not sure exactly who should be or is going to be part of that committee, but it's definitely a step forward.
Perfect. I'm happy that you mentioned that because I think we need to be proactive. What does that mean right now? I'm not sure. Try to have discussions with different departments and try to see how we. And I've had business people say, I am more than willing to sit around the table. Anything we can do to help, we are willing to try to help. So. Because
the reality also is a lot of people that are experience homelessness. It's some of them. When they do it by choice, it's one thing, but some of them it's temporary. Mm-hmm. They are down their luck for a specific amount of time for a specific reason. Sometimes they only need a little bit of help to be able to pass that hurdle. Once they pass that hurdle, for them homelessness might not be an actual issue anymore, right? Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of different factors of why people are experiencing that. So being able to address it with them and see what their needs are, we might be able to help.
This past year, I've actually contacted the province as well, and I have to say they've been, I've contacted Rene Legacy, our MLA, and he's been really, really good. People that, you know, the rent has gone $400 or $500. They can't afford that rent anymore. And there's no room for them, but they're on low income, but they can't afford a new rent, and they don't know where to stay. And now they're trying to find a family member, but if you don't have a family member, and they're in a state of panic mode, I'm saying, I got to leave at the end of the month, and I have no place to go. So there are different types of situations, and you do have these that are short-term that I usually contact the province to say, okay, what can we do? Where are we at? You know, as a municipality, sometimes it's not easy, but if we can have contact people and people that are willing to open their home, you never know, to help someone else in need for a couple of weeks till we can set them up. Okay, good. So I did have a couple of counselors that have reached out that said that they would be interested. So I'm going to have my meeting this week and have a few conversations. Maybe in the new year we'll bring it back and we'll be able to have a better conversation. If other counselors are interested as well, definitely let me know. But I think that if we be proactive and see what we can do, it's not a bad idea. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Find my agenda. Okay, this is really important. Next Monday, ugly Christmas sweater. Gonna have to buy one. I don't own one either. I hate them with a passion. And we're gonna be doing a group picture with the ugly Christmas sweater. So we're doing a council, we're doing a picture. All right? And we're putting it on our billboard. We'll have it everywhere. Don't own one. Okay, well, then you'll be the only one that everybody has to wear one. I'm going to go buy you one. You'll have to wear it. All right. So, ugly Christmas sweater next Monday. I think that was it, right? That was it. Okay. And I do, in the new year, we'll talk about that, but in the new year, we'd like to do a group picture of us because we have 2 new councillors and we have not made any changes to the picture that needs to change. All right. So meeting adjourned, and we'll stick around for an in-camera quickly on a few matters. Merci à vous tous.